Oh, that's right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing this morning? Hey, I'm Ann Eller right here with you this morning, and I got Princess Penny. And yes, we're live on Facebook for just a moment here, just to give you a little roundup of the last week, what you missed if you weren't tuning in right here on the I Love Ann show. Meet me at the diner show. I don't know. Have I got any other shows? I don't think so. That's what I do right here on WCRS. Well, we are cooking with gas this morning, let me tell you. We've got the AM cooking, whoop, whoop, over there, 1450 AM. We're also, on 98.5 FM. We're also on Facebook Live for just a few minutes while we do this roundup. Penny's here this morning. She goes, I think I'd like a little of my snacks here this morning. Do I? Well, no wonder I can't get it in the view here because I'm looking at the wrong camera. Here you go. The snack stealer is in the building, and the snack dealer and the snack stealer. And Penny is the snack stealer. Would you like a little snack here, Penny? All right. Well, if you're watching us on Facebook, you're seeing that. If you're not, well, you're just hearing about it. Anyways, we are going to have a little conversation here, so let's get started. 10 o'clock, we're going to switch over and listen to some of our blues and classic country right here on WCRS. So let's roll it out here, and let's go. Don't have much time. So, what did we have here to start the week? Princess Penny, me, we are on duty. Although we've got a busy half hour as we get started because it's Good Morning Greenwood. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, because it's time for coffee chats and community with Coffee, Tea, Penny, and me. Well, check out the weather out there. Already been out there in the field with Penny. We have to check out every absolute bush, leaf, bird. We have to check it all out. But anyways, what is the weather? It's quite nice. Looks like it's going to be kind of hot. Right now it's 80 degrees and we are back to a feels like temperature of 86. Headed today for a high of 91, low of 71. No real chance of any rain, which is a good thing, isn't it, Penny? No real chance of any rain, although we will be at 91 and partly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Sunday comes in with almost a ditto day, may have a little opportunity for a shower. Monday, we are at about a 40% of showers, temperatures staying in that zone. Tuesday, dropping down, but still got about a 20% chance of rain, and that'll be Tuesday. Wednesday, by Thursday, the rain should be gone. Coming back in on Friday, though, 50% rain. So that's what we're looking at, but you and I both know it can change in a minute if you are in South Carolina. So you got a lot of fun things to do out there. We'll talk a little bit about it. One of the things that I think sounds like a lot of fun this weekend, this is an Ann pick, would be to check out the dueling pianos at Howard's on tonight. So you might want to check that one out. That sounds like a lot of fun. Couple of guys playing two pianos or keyboards, and who is it? Alex Morrison and Jeremy Kimberly will be doing dueling pianos at Howard's tonight. And so that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm not really sure what time. Is it 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there? If I find it, I'll get it for you. But that sounds like a lot of fun. So that's going on tonight. And of course, there's music all over Uptown Greenwood. So check that out. They also are going to be having over there at Howard's a drop-in reception scheduled for August 11th at 5:30 at Howard's, and that is for the artists with Center Street Studios right here in Greenwood. We'll be having a reception and show over there. So make sure you check that out. What else have we got? I don't know. What else have we got? Oh, I got to go check this out. I hope I have opportunity to. This sounds like a lot of fun. Although I know nothing about mahjong, I think I'd like to learn about mahjong. I actually have my own mahjong tiles. So they are having a tournament today at the Inn on the Square. Cash prizes and payouts is being hosted at the Inn on the Square. Registration is open and the fee is $101. I don't know if that's any reference to 101 Dalmatians, but it is to help the Greenwood Animal Shelter. So that sounds pretty fun too. And if you are a painter and have always admired Bob Ross, who? I know there's a lot of people that are probably saying, Bob Ross, who? There's also equally amount of people that go, Bob Ross, yes, I'd like to paint like him. They are hosting at Piedmont Tech, the Workforce Innovation Division, guided by a certified Ross instructor trained at the Bob Ross Technical Training Center in Florida. You will paint a seascape, and the cost is $95 for that. Not sure you can get in on it, but I do find it interesting that Bob Ross is still affecting how people can be stars in the painting world. Yes. So that's a few of the things going on. Of course, there's music, as I said, everywhere. Now, since this is a short show and I don't have much time to talk, we got to move right along here. You know, this week, if you were tuned in on Meet Me at the Diner, which runs from 5 to 6, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and most Thursdays. We had an excellent interview, first interview with Police Chief T.J. Shadone since the death of D.K. Keller. So it was a very good interview. We talked about everything from flock cameras, rumors on social media, recruiting officers, the success of the Festival of Discovery, and the importance of community trust. So it was a really great conversation, lots of interaction with the public on this, and that's one of the reasons I like doing Facebook Live, is that you can comment right there on Facebook. You also can always, and that applies to this morning, whether we are on Facebook or not, you can always comment at 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. You can message, you can text. It really is a great opportunity to keep us connected. Then on Wednesday afternoon, we had the Ware Shoals $1 Million Band as part of the story. It wasn't the whole story. It was with Dr. Daniel Crockett and Christy Hodge talking about all the things that are happening over in Ware Shoals. We talked about their school pride. We talked about their community support. And you may know, because I've talked about it, and if you're over in Ware Shoals, I know you've heard about it, they are going to be going to Pearl Harbor to march in the Pearl Harbor Parade. Now, I think this is such an honor. They're actually selected. One school is selected out of each state, and this year it was Ware Shoals. Actually, I think it was 15 months ago or something. They have been working hard to raise the funds. And so that was pretty amazing. They'd raised over $100,000. I am happy to announce, and I don't know if being on WCRS had anything to do with it or not, but they've reached their goal of over $150,000 to take 40 band members, about 15 chaperones. There's some other parents going too, but they have reached their goal. So I think you would find this a fascinating story to go back and listen to or watch. Now, right now, it is on Facebook, so you can check it out from our site, WCRS, WCRS Radio, right there live on Facebook, or maybe on the website, but by Monday it'll definitely be on the website. And then we'll also have a place on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can check it out right there. Under Spotify and Apple Podcasts, it is under A Girl and Her Mic. And there's a real cute picture of Penny and me as a girl and her mic. So you might want to start clicking in and following that. You can go back and listen to those anytime. So I hope you will check out, because a small school can make a huge difference if everybody is, as a friend of mine used to say, pulling on the same oar. And it looks to me like that's what's happening over in Ware Shoals. Hope you'll go back and listen to or watch this podcast. It was a good one. So we had two great ones this week. Then, of course, winding through this, this may seem like a speed show, because it is. We have, of course, a political campaign going on. That's right. Lindsey Graham's seat is now occupied by his sister, Darlene Graham Nodine, and she was supposed to be there just for 6 months till the end of the year. Other people signed up, and she decided to sign up. So we have quite a contest going on between 10 candidates. There's really a top 5, but there are 10 candidates in the race. On Monday and Tuesday evenings, there were 2 debates. On Monday evening, Darlene was there. On Tuesday, it was the 4 of them. So that's what went on. We talked extensively about that on the I Love Ann show. Well, not that extensively, but we did talk about it. So check that out on the I Love Ann show. And then on, Thursday afternoon, Mark Sanford decided to pull the piglets out. He's pulling out all the stops. You may remember Mark Sanford was governor here. He took piglets into the State House down there. They pooped on the carpet. They made a statement. Mark made a statement. If you're in question about who you're going to vote for, I would like to say that you need to check out the debates, either one, Monday night or Tuesday night. I honestly think that if you watch those debates, you'll walk away saying one thing to yourself. Mark Sanford, way above all the others with his knowledge and expertise on how to bring the budget down. $39 trillion is the debt that we are at right now. Gosh, it seems like just a few years we were all upset about it being at 33. It hasn't come down any. It keeps going up. So we're at $39 trillion. Mark Sanford says that is the elephant in the room. Everything will come collapsing down if we don't get that under control. I know a lot of people have questions about Mark Sanford because he did go hiking on the Appalachian Trail, or was it that he was in Brazil? It's true. And if you listen to my interview, which was on Monday morning with him, you'll see what he has to say about that and how he feels about that. I will just say this. He said the team that loses on Friday night always watch those tapes Saturday morning closer than the team that won. He seems to have had an epiphany. I think he's worth taking a look at. So I'm not trying to influence you, but that's my opinion. You can vote for whoever you'd like, but the most important thing is that you get out there and vote on Tuesday. You do need to check where your voting place is because school is in session. They have moved them to different places. A lot of churches are now involved instead of the schools because of school being in session here in Greenwood. So that's a little roundup on politics, but I thought it was a hoot that he stood there on Mark Sanford stood there on the State House steps with 2 piglets, debt and deficit, and then had a 400-pound pig sitting in a in a trailer, a huge pig sitting there. Yeah, I think he was trying to make a point. So, I'm going to tell you what. Personally, my vote goes to Mark Sanford. And I wish a lot of other people that I've talked to, and this is just a personal aside, me, who have said to me, yeah, Mark Sanford, he's good. I really wish I could vote for him, but I just don't know, Ann. Well, you know what? We'll never know if we don't give the man another chance. And you know, what do we say? By the grace of God, go I. So if you are thinking Mark Sanford could be the person, maybe instead of going along to get along, be bold. Vote for Mark Sanford. That's who I'm voting for. That's just my personal opinion, because I think he has the knowledge and the ability to work with Congress. He was our governor. He also was in the House of Representatives. I think he might be the one for a senator. Just my opinion. This is WCRS Radio. So, now, let's move on to a little other discussion. I had some great good news stories here this week on the Isle of Ann show. As I said, we have all of those in podcasts Monday through Friday if you happen to be able to tune in live. We're always on the air from 9:30 to 10:30. That's Penny and me. Penny's actually being kind of awake here today. Oh, yeah. Well, she wants another snack. That's the issue, isn't it, Penny? You'd like another snack stealer, yes. But as we talk about things, and as Penny talks about things, she's having a little treat here. There were a lot of good positive things. I'm just going to tick off a few of them before we have to say adieu, because coming up at 10 o'clock, it's woo-woo, trash to treasures, right here on WCRS. An aluminum smelter down there outside of Charleston is now back to full production. So important, not only for our state, but also for national security. We have, of course, airplanes, etc., that need that aluminum, and making it here in the old USA is the way you want to go. So that is back up to full production, employing a lot of people, I might add. I don't have the numbers, but employing a lot of people. Also, a big pharmaceutical investment in Rock Hill at the Panthers, where that Panthers stadium was supposed to be. Huge chunk of that, with a huge investment by a company, I think they're from Switzerland, who is opening up a pharmaceutical place. The good kind of pharmaceuticals, I might add. And then we also did a story that this one was totally unique. How about your own solar-powered vehicle? Not good for long trips, but if you're just puttering around town, could be a way to go. But that was a combination effort between Clemson, BMW, and the whole group over there at Clemson on automotive technology. So that was another great story, as well as a gal who won the civics spelling bee. That's right. We are now having civics for a spelling bee. In fact, the girl was from Greenville. There was they had all across the state. They had competitions, and then she won the state champion. She will be going on to the national championship. They actually had to write an essay. They had to answer questions. And this was for middle schoolers. And when the girl won, she was so surprised, because she goes, there were so many good contestants. But she will be going on to the national competition. What could she win, I think, is the amazing part. $100,000 scholarship for college. So, and she is very interested in government and civics. And we wish her all the best, all the best. So, that's a few of the things that we have going on out there. I should let you know, should let you know that, that what? Oh, Clemson's going to be back right here on WCRS, as is Emerald Sports. First game for Emerald is August 21st. First game for Clemson, what is that? September 5th, I think, is the first game for that. So we're all locked in to be doing that. If you'd like to advertise or promote your business or organization, love to talk to you about that. And, of course, we are the ones that get the word out because my mom's the voice of Greenwood. That's right, we are the voice of Greenwood. So those are the things I have going on here today. So Princess Penny has informed me this morning that if the snack dealer, that's me, doesn't start sharing a little more often with the snack stealer, there you go, the snack stealer, there could have to be some brand new negotiations and she may revolt. Now, a lot of you like Penny. During the week, Penny seems to get more highs on our Facebook page than I do. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand that, a cute dog always wins over everything else. Oh, let's see. What did Stephanie say here this morning? She put a comment right here on Facebook. I love when I get comments right here on Facebook. Radio was the original social media. And so when we're able to share on the radio and on social media or any of the ways, we're sharing the way we shared 50 years ago. People sat around and listened to the radio. People communicated through the radio. They had shows just like we used to have on TV that we all sat around and listened to. Radio was that original one. Remember how in the Christmas Story, how the little boy, can't think of his name, sat there and would go running in, it's time for Annie, get your gun or whatever it was, and he would go in and just intently sit in front of the radio. As you see a lot of Norman Rockwell pictures of people gathered around the radio. So social media today is the radio of old. I know a lot of people say, Ann, I like the radio better than social media. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth, so do I. All right, let's check out Stephanie's comment right here on Facebook. You still can get in with us if you like. WCRS Radio live on Facebook, or send me that comment, 864-332-9355. Text it or leave a message. Okay, Stephanie says there is a difference between ignorant about the candidates and willful ignorance. That's a good one. Yeah, don't tell me anything. I don't want to hear anything. No, I'm not listening. I like that one. Let's see. With the information at your fingertips, there is no reason for anyone not to know anything about the candidates. You can't use that as excuse. So just go vote. There you go. I think that is very good advice. If you want to be knowledgeable, you can be knowledgeable. If you want to be like a turnip, you can be a turnip and won't know anything. But this is an important decision on who will be in the in the election for November. We haven't elected a new senator in 20-some years. The Democratic candidate is Annie Andrews. We need to make sure on the Republican side that there is a candidate that you believe can win and has the skills and the ability to make their positions known. So check them out, make a decision, and vote on Tuesday. Again, voting places have changed for Tuesday because school is in session, so make sure you check it out where your voting location is if you have not already voted. I want to say I love doing these short, quick down and dirty shows on Saturday morning. And then I love making sure that we are right there on the radio with our music show. So we are going to say adieu. I will be back after the news, and Penny and I will be playing music and jamming out with Barbara Lynn, Don Gibson, Floyd Kramer, and Jack Green. So tune in. It's going to be a classic Saturday morning show. So the news is up. I'm going to end the live video by putting the curtain down, Penny. That's right. We're putting the curtain down. We're ending the live video, and we are switching over to being just on the radio and on the stream at WCRS 1450am.net. And for those of you that like the sound of the AM is back sounding good. So thank you very much. We'll be right back. Take it away. What do you got to say, Penny? Bye, everybody. I'm going to go have my breakfast now. We'll be right back. Don't you go away.